was a 4-2-3-1.
4-5-1.
Remember, we had 2 holding mids our last game, right? So let's recognize one thing. We must analyze ourselves when we're in the game, and we must analyze opposition. More importantly, ourselves. What is our formation, right? What is our attacking system of play? Yes, question?
How different is that from a 4-3-3 and like?
Because you have 2 holding mids and 1 attacking midfielder. There's 2 in front of the center backs.
There's 2 6.
Make sense?
Yes.
So it's basically a 2 6s. Well, you would say 2 8s, right? A 6 would be dropped back a little bit deeper. Okay, so again, yes, our formations that we've been playing, so 4-2-3-1, and then also a 3-4-3. Our attacking system of play, when we move up the field, right, when we're in possession, we look either like a 3-4-3 or a 2-4-4. And the reason why it's a 2-4-4 is both my wingbacks get pushed up often, right? And when that happens, they take their space and their respective flanks to support the attack. Whether it's they're creating the play, they're generating the attack, or are they the point, the outlet to change the point of the attack. While that's happening, our wingers move inside. They join the strikers, right, and the attacking midfielders. Not only to create more passing options, but to undermine the opposition's defense. And what do I mean by undermining the opposition's defense? Anyone know? When my two wingers tuck in centrally, Eli, right? What is expected of you guys against the defense? What is expected, James? Okay. What is one thing that I said last game to do other than press? What is one thing that I have said? Eric, we played the winger as well. What have I said as well? If my wingbacks push higher, right, and we tuck in centrally, what are we now doing to the opposition?
Because the backs come with you.
So if I tuck in, do they come with me?
Yeah.
Good. So now they have to decide, are they going to defend us centrally? Or are they going to zonal defend and try to split the spacing? Are they going to try to stay in the middle from the outside and the central channel? Does that make sense? Okay. Our style of play, obviously we build out of the back more than usual. Our center backs always have 3 options, right? The wing back, the center midfielders, and the wingers. With the movement of our wing backs pushing up with a higher line, my center midfielders are asked to stay closely to the center backs to bypass and beat the first line of pressure. It also creates stability. If it is a turnover, we still have the 2 center mids supporting the center backs, right? In case of a turnover. While our wing backs push up higher, it allows for, not only does it allow for more passing combinations to effectively advance in possession, but it allows our wingers to move centrally. What I mean by centrally, right? 2 players, the 2 wingers, operate between the lines of the opposition's defense. The defensive line, their midfield line. Does that make sense? So they'll stay tucked in, and hopefully they'll cut off the angles and it'll keep the pressure on one side of the field. Continuing, it will cause the opposition to decide. Again, you guys answered it before. Will they deny us playing centrally, right? Avoiding penetration by through balls to our attacking players, or are they going to have to zonal defend where they split the difference in space, covering half inside and half outside? On our end, it'll give us the flanks for our wingbacks to exploit, whether that's by penetrating on the pass, penetrating on the dribble. What does it create? Early crosses, maybe a scoring opportunity. Give me some ideas, guys. What else can it create? Yes, it says it on there, but what else can you guys create? If it gives us the flanks, yeah?
2v1s.
Yeah.
3v2s.
So an overload, yes? Unbalancing the opposition. What happens when we unbalance them? James? Huh? But we're already unbalanced. They're unbalanced already. David? Okay. So give me an example. Give me an example. Eli?
If you draw in
Okay. Does it necessarily have to be through? Can we play around? Huh? There's multiple decisions to make, right? There's multiple options that we have. Let's be sure that we see them. I will show you guys clips at the end that will provide both on the ball, off the ball movement, pass, dribble, penetration, and even shooting sometimes. When we push our wingbacks up, right, it stretches the opposition's back line, which creates space on the inside channels for one of our attackers, whether it's the right or left winger, who now are central roles, right, to exploit. They create the overload. One center mid, attacking midfielder, the winger, who has now moved centrally, and the wingback, who is pushed up, creating a 2v1, a 3v2, even a 3v1. Not only does that allow an overload, but it also allows our players to effectively move up together. If we're compact throughout the lines, having a high line with our outside wingbacks, we're able to involve more players into the box when they support the attack. Okay, again, before I move on to the next slide, what are the 4 main things that we talk about during training sessions, during games? What are they? I said it yesterday. Remember, I always reiterate it. There's one thing, the major overall of the sport, of the game. Yeah? No.
Score.
What is it though? That's our
Goal.
It's our goal. Our goal, right, is to score. And how do we score?
But penetrating the defense,
Okay,
unbalancing the defense,
that's a principle.
like patience,
Okay. You said something earlier. Starts with a P.
positioning,
No.
passing,
The overall of passing then. Let's just go with that.
precision,
No.
penetration.
No. Come on, guys. Need help? We did it yesterday. We did a lot of it yesterday.
Possession.
It's possession, right? Possession to play forward, to create chances in an attacking third, right? If we're building up for the defensive third, we're looking to move into the middle third. We're looking to occupy space, and we're looking to exploit it. What else? What else does possession do for us? What else does it do? It's not written on there, but I should have written it. What else can it do for us?
Well, it gives us time to get numbers up.
Yeah.
And whole team to organize.
Definitely, right? Yes, we can play counterattack all day, but at the end, how can we make a chance greater than it already is? How can we involve more players so that it's more successful, right? So possession to get numbers up, to allow players to get organized and positionally correct. Principles, what I call also objectives. What are they? You guys said it. Yeah. Unbalancing them. And after we unbalance them, exploit. You exploit them, okay? So here it is. Here's the overview of goal and general principles and objectives. We'll go into team tactical principles, which we have gone over before. There are key words that we use to kind of guide you. So starting with team tactical principles, can anyone give me some? It's attacking. This is attacking base.
So explain attack.
No. No, it's a good answer, right? It's a good answer. What else? Eric, you said one earlier.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Did it start with a P?
Nope, didn't start with a P. It was actually a number.
Oh no. Oh.
What have I always reiterated what I want in a session? What do I want us to create? What do I want us to see?
Chances.
Raise your hand.
Goals.
No, raise your hand. Yes.
Well, like 2v1s or 3v1s on
Okay. 2v1s, 1v1s, 3v1s. Yes, James? All of this helps create chances. But to redefine it now, what have I said in training sessions, right? To reinforce the ideas, to complete their objectives.
Exploiting the opposition when they're like.
What's a way?
After we commit, by penetrating, like after we make a 2v1, so we're up.
Okay, I'm gonna help you guys with this. Okay, it's a long list. But before we go on to that, last one. No. Say it in a different way, and I'll say yes. What did I say yesterday? Eli, I said it to you. I said it to Ethan as well. It was pointed to my wingers yesterday. It was pointed to my wingers. Varying our runs in between or behind the opposition's defensive line. Okay? Key quality, before we go on and I show you the list, key qualities of a player. Go. Give me something.
Decision making. Speed.
What about decision making though?
Quick and like smart decision making.
So in order to make a decision, what are we supposed to be doing?
Being aware, analyzing the field.
Analyzing the field. What else?
Being in the right position to receive.
Wait, one person at a time. Eli?
Being in the right position to receive.
Analyzing our position. Where we are in the field. David?
Knowing your move before you receive the ball.
Knowing our options. Anything else? What about the guy next to you? Where are they?
Knowing your defender. Put space between yourself and the opposition.
Recognizing the space between myself, the opposition, my team, so that I have maximized time and space. Before I receive the ball, I am able to make an autonomous decision when I receive it, right? That is your decision making right there. What else? You have a job to take care of something. What is it called?
Responsibilities.
It's responsibility. And you must be accountable for your actions and decisions, right? If you made a mistake, there's no blame putting on anybody else. Do we understand that? Anything else? What is your expectation of the person sitting next to you going into a game? What do you want them to be the entire game?
Well, we want them to do the same thing that we would if they make a mistake, like be responsible for it, not try to blame us.
Okay, Eric?
I want them to try their hardest and make sure that if
So
they
can
make a
you-
mistake,
Can you condense it into one word? What word can describe that for everybody? Let him answer. Let him.
dedication. Oh.
1 and 2. Huh? We share an ideal goal. We have a mission. We have an objective to complete. We want to, obviously, want to make sure that the person right and left of you is focused. They're focused for the full 90 minutes. We understand on that? I'll go through the slide. Here we are. Team tactical principles. Okay, for attacking. Spread out, utilize space and triangulate to create passing options. Pass, dribble forward or hold the ball. Support the attack. Create 2v1s, 1v1s. Vary types of runs between and behind the defensive line of opponents. Create diagonal passing lines. Early cross when space is behind the defensive line. Get numbers in the box. Push up the defensive line and show preventive defensive behavior. Those are your attacking TTPs, team tactical principles. Do we understand? Yes, we can go back to last season and talk about the individual attacking principles. Your responsibility for being an individual, right? Who remembers those? Who remembers the principles from last season? The attacking principles, we won't get into the defensive ones. Anybody? Attacking is a topic. Talk about penetration. Ways to penetrate.
Holding the ball and dribbling in.
Dribble.
We have like penetration versus like possession.
No, this is just penetration. So do the drop downs of penetration again.
Drawing people in.
No. How? Okay, it's not no, but how?
And then early.
But how? Think about it. I'll come back to you. Yes?
Well, through balls and dribbling.
Okay. Passing, dribbling.
Shielding.
Is that penetrating?
For drawing people in. It's different.
Okay, we'll just go with team tactical play because now you're trying to involve another player, right? So then that's pass, dribble forward, or hold the ball. James?
Dribbling
Okay. What about shooting? What about making runs off the ball? Mobility, width and depth, communication, improvise. Remember, those are the principles from last season as individuals. As we move on, as we get older, we move into team tactical principles, right? Your expectation when you know how to draw a player in, but you must remember the key individual principles from when it starts with you on the ball. Your decision making. Okay, we want to penetrate. How? Do I shoot? Do I make a run off the ball if I'm not in possession of it? Do I dribble at the defender? Do I dribble in space? Do I play a through ball? Do I have combination play? Am I giving width? Am I giving depth? If I am running into a challenges, how can I improvise as an individual to overcome a challenge? Those are the individual principles that we had worked on last season. Remember, I would ask, okay, we ran at this player. Why though? You wanted to penetrate. Okay, if you wanted to penetrate, does it lead to one of the TTPs? A 2v1. You're penetrating to draw a 1v1 in hopes of creating a 2v1, which is an overload, to create a goal scoring opportunity. All the individual principles play into the TTPs. Let's remember that. Any questions on them? Key qualities of a player. Read them really quick. Read, analyze, and understand the game and make autonomous decisions. Remember, we had this discussion yesterday, and you guys know, and you guys do read the game pretty well, but we still fall into reaction or decisions. Reactions, right? We react in a certain manner of when I get the ball, I might do something without even deciding. Hearing my teammates, right? One example, a ball is played to a player, that player passes it quickly away without even thinking of the decision. Without recognizing and reading the game where the players are in the field. Team, opposition, space. Do I have time? Do I have space? Which option best suits yourself as a player and supports the team? That's improving the player, right? That's to improve the player. Take initiative and be proactive. Elaborate on that. What can you initiate and what can you be proactive about? Alessandro? Man's coming on to me, right? Pressure's on my back. How could you support your team? Yes, it's not your responsibility to check my shoulder, right? But you see it happening. Being proactive. Okay, I'll do the extra bit. I'll tell you, hey, man coming. Right? Or if I don't see a passing option, you let me know. Hey, Owen's open. Play him. Or play Owen. Right? James?
Covering for somebody if they come out of position.
Definitely worked on it yesterday as well, right? When the player runs out of his natural position, are we expected to just run straight forward as fast as possible? Someone's got to cover. Otherwise, we go back, right, to where the center backs have the ball when building out. My two center mids are there to provide. Not a support. What can you say about this? If this leg was not here, stability, right? To provide stability. If there's a turnover, right, we have numbers to still defend. Focus for 90 minutes on task. Give me some pros that will help you stay focused 90 minutes on task. And give me some cons that doesn't help you stay focused on a 90-minute task. Tomas?
Well, to stay focused,
Wait,
you can,
wait, is there a pro or con?
Pro.
Okay.
You can like try to analyze the game and like see why people are doing certain things. So you can like
Okay, so if I play behind Alessandro, can I tell him certain things to support his play, right, so that he remains focused? Eric?
A con could be talking to the other team.
Definitely? Yeah?
A con would be getting into like an argument with the other teammate or the referee.
Okay. What about even your teammate? If I have an altercation with David, do you think the team's still going to be focused? You could be on the other side of the field. You could be Owen. I'm the center back and David's my center mid. right? But we're arguing about a man marking situation. Is Owen going to be concerned about his teammates? Probably. He's probably going to be like, guys, let's stay focused. And so it will happen. Yes?
Kind of the same thing. If the ref makes a bad call, don't just call them a bad ref for one bad call. Just like focus on playing instead of on the ref.
What is a constant? What is a constant during the game? What else? The field. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
The opposition.
Opposition.
The ball.
Ball.
The goals.
The goals.
The weather.
The weather. So those are things that are always going to be there, right? Can we change them? If a ref makes a bad call, can we change them? No. If the other team is playing really aggressive, can we change them? It's something we have to adjust to, right? And we must make sure that, one, yes, arguing and making excuses aren't really going to support us, right? It won't keep us focused. Anything else? Anything else that can keep us focused in the game? What about positive reinforcement? Eli, you've taken one player on, right? You've done all the work there, but then you feel like you want to take another player on, and you do take him on and get a good shot opportunity, but it doesn't go in. You're thinking, wow, that's a really bad shot. What can we help you with to make sure that you continue to provide your effectiveness in the game?
We can tell him that he made an amazing run just before.
Right? This is communication.
Like constructive feedback, like what you can do differently.
Yeah. Maybe kind of just helping him out with his decisions, not telling him what to do, but guiding him, making sure that, hey, I saw you made that run. It was very fantastic, right? And it was a good effort on the shot. But if you cut inward when you're dribbling, maybe you give yourself some more space and more time to shoot the ball at a better angle. Versus if you went onto the left side on your stronger foot, you wouldn't close your angle down and you would have a bigger target to shoot at. The way we speak to players, the way we reinforce them with positivity can also keep on helping them with their focus in the game. James, you had a question or comment?
Yeah, I was gonna say that you can tell them like good effort.
Yeah. The simplest things too, right? Good effort. Because not only when a player doesn't really succeed on his effort, they feel like they've maybe failed. And I've seen that at the youngest ages. A 7-year-old putting his hands to his head when the goalie saved his shot. But he didn't recognize the space he was in, his great first touch, the first time he beat a player with a skill move to get that shot. There's a stress moment, right? And it's a negative one for them, they think. But their teammates are there to help them understand, look, you did well to do it. Just do it again. Do the same exact thing. There'll be another time, another moment, another chance. Let's move on to take responsibility and accountability for their own development and performance. What are we talking about? Before we go into it, showing up to training early, prepared. That is responsibility of your own development, right? And making sure that when you do train in the training environment, you relate it close as possible to a game situation. So it's game-like, so it's real, it feels real. The pressure, right? Having to analyze in the training session, having to read the game. That's what I believe is being responsible and taking accountability for your performance. But what could you do outside of a training environment? We train Monday, Thursday, Fridays. Games on Saturday and Sundays. What can we do to make sure that we're responsible and accountable for our development still on our off days?
Fill in the rest of the days with more training.
Okay.
Eat right. Sleep.
Yeah, making sure we sleep.
When you're at the trainings, like don't goof off and make sure you're using your time wisely.
Yeah. Anything else? What can we do as individuals to support the team? What can we do as individuals to support the team, to make sure that we're responsible and accountable for our development and performance? Anyone? There's a list. Player safety, shin guards, appropriate attire, making sure, right? Hey, I recognize you don't have your shin guards on. What if you get kicked in the shin? Right? If you're not wearing the appropriate shirt, shorts, or socks, do we feel that we're still a player? You tell me. If I show up to your training session with a basketball jersey on, we're playing soccer, how would you guys feel? It's kind of two different sports, right? Two different sports. What is one way that we make sure that we're accountable for our development?
Like admitting to your like mistakes and be like making a mistake.
A little bit more on the positive side. A little bit more on the growth side as well. How am I accountable? I wake up every day, I want to do something, I want to accomplish something.
Work on your weaknesses, like improve them outside of practices.
Was that what you were going to say that?
Watch soccer games to understand how professionals play.
Okay. I think that's more taking responsibility, right? And watching the game so it helps your development and your performance. I'll take over here. What about setting goals? What about setting goals? Right? Remember, I do have your team goals. And when the season ends, we're going to talk about them. I do have them. I will reach out with your evaluation. And I'm going to ask questions of the pros and cons that helped you reach your goals. If you reached them, if there were any struggles with them, how can I help you? How can you help yourself? How can your teammates help you? Remember, I set goals for myself as a coach to make sure that I am providing the best possible environment in the beginning, the middle, the end of the season, and preparing for the next season and the next season after that by setting goals. Are we playing in the right environment? Am I providing the right environment? Are we playing in the right league? Are we playing against competition that are competitive for us, or are we out of our league? Right? So those are things that I measure and I have goals about. Those are the ones that I want to reach. Am I providing education for myself so that I am able to provide knowledge for you guys? Am I attending courses every year? What courses do they relate to? How do they support your program? How does it improve your environment? So those are what I think, right? To take responsibility and make sure that I'm accountable. Goals. Set them up on my wall, right? I actually have this physical therapy list, right? It's like a little piece of paper. I have to do it for 3 months straight to maintain fitness. And I realized, okay, if I do this for 3 months, I'm accountable for it. I'm responsible. I cannot go back and say, here's an excuse why I'm unfit. Here's an excuse of why I'm hurt. Or so-and-so, right? Or why my performance hasn't been so well. Go back. There is on my wall a piece of paper that shows this is what we must be accountable for to make sure our development is improving and our performance is not dropping. Okay? We will go to the links. These are the times we'll watch. We'll watch the Arsenal game. I chose it because I thought it fit best with our play style and what I hope to achieve as well as a coach and to provide for you guys to see as well. Because we can go towards teams who have individual players who rely on a single player day in, day out to score goals for them, to create for them. Whereas I feel like it should be a group effort. Contribution. How can you contribute to score a goal? Okay?